Hello. Hi. Welcome to Furness Family Discussions.
Yes, next week we discuss the brand new show that we talked about back on the game night.
Don't put your hand in my face.
What?
Don't put your hand in my face.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, you can tell this is going to be an interesting show because, first of all, we live together. And it's been a long pandemic, and we've been stuck together for a long time with no breaks, hardly at all. And he's driving me crazy.
Too late. He needs help. Doesn't need help.
Okay, yeah, maybe true, but it's insane.
Pretty much it's gonna be like this whole show, okay?
Yeah, that's how it's going to be, and that should make things interesting for you.
Don't you dare!
Oh, there you are.
This is what I gotta deal with, okay? You guys do it? Oh.
I don't think so.
Meanwhile, for you, well, this is what we're doing in 3 topics. We're doing in 3 different segments, and we're kicking it off with the wrestling. We, as you can tell, wrestling fans.
Yes.
We love wrestling.
I got cooked into it by him.
I've
never said that I went into it willingly. I got hooked into it by him.
We'll talk about that in a story time segment.
Okay.
I'll be definitely talking about that one. I love it.
Yes.
So let's do it for wrestling. Right now, there's so much to talk about.
Tiny bit?
What?
You can move over a tiny bit, can't you? Thank you. Sheesh. He's a hog of the camera.
What?
You're a hog of the camera.
No. I'm a star.
In your own mind.
Hey! Let's get right down with wrestling. For wrestling wise, wow. The wrestling fan, this gotta be the greatest time to be a wrestling fan. Wrestling on all different days. Monday to Friday. Monday Night Raw, Tuesday NXT, Wednesday AEW Dynamite, Thursday Impact Wrestling, and Friday Night SmackDown.
I need help. I watched 3 of those nights. I watched Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. He wants me to watch on the Wednesday night too, but I'm thinking that that's 3 nights already a week. I can't take any more than that. Because keep in mind, Monday is 3 hours. Tuesday is 2 hours. That's 5. And then Friday, there are 2 hours. So that's 7 hours a week.
Add 2 more hours for AEW, 9 hours.
And that doesn't include the extra little specials they keep throwing in on WWE Network. Includes pay-per-view events, which are always an all-day affair. It just seems that way.
Right now with Royal Wrestling, so much going on. This tonight actually is an Impact Rebellion, which is their big pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling. And the headline is the big one. Impact World Champion Rich Swann defends the title, the Impact World Championship, against AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, who's also defending his title. Winner take all. One person can win both belts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really an promotional affair. It's going to be really interesting.
I'm not watching it.
Well, I'm here for you.
We can't really watch it. I'll be hearing about it no matter what, because of a certain individual who keeps coming in and telling me all the news about all the other shows that I don't want to hear about. Because he's hoping I'll get hooked on those too. I'm not going to do it.
Well, I'm not really, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of Impact Wrestling as anyone else here. But I do pay attention to all the other ones because I just like looking at them.
It's nice to know what's going on in the other fields, other areas. Yes.
But this is a big one that could change the whole fate of professional wrestling, though. Because we're talking about huge organization, 2 world championships on one big event. And what's even cool about this is that Mauro Ranallo to be calling the action as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the biggest matches in Impact Wrestling history. Impact, formerly known as TNA.
I got an itch. I don't have the Tourette's. I just have an itch. It won't go away. Yeah. Now, as far as wrestling is concerned, right now, like Robert said, the amount of shows out there, the amount of really awesome talent out there is really, to catch a phrase, phenomenal. Because on WW, let's just take for instance just WWE right now. You have Monday Night Raw, which has some major storylines and some very good character storylines going on. My personal favorite right now it seems to be anything to do with Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and
Alexa Bliss also.
because she's gone crazy in her storyline, and now because up until now she's been dealing with
GB aligned with the Fiend, with Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, but now she's on her own. Men.
But like you said, they're breaking off, and now she's going to start working on the women, which is going to make things very interesting, and they have to be very afraid because this woman's insane.
But it's also going to make it interesting and something that they need in the Raw Women's division. Getting a little stale, unfortunately. Kind of unfortunate.
And then you go into the storyline right now with SmackDown, where we have again some very good talent coming up.
We got the situation involving Roman Reigns, the head of the table, and his sidekicks.
Which I'm getting so tired of.
I love it. I saw a picture of throwing a meme to the Scooby Doo and
I saw that too.
And Roman Reigns, Scooby Doo, Scrappy Doo is Jey Uso. Like, I want to get, let me get here. And Scooby Doo like, no.
Yeah, I saw that too. I thought it was quite comical.
That was hilarious. But that's
and also in the women's division on SmackDown side, you have people like
Bianca Belair, who my goodness, she is so talented.
She is. She really is a future big talent, and they got to look out with her.
The fact is, calls herself the EST of WWE, and she's proven that.
Yeah, she reminds me of
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect, yeah.
But really not. But unlike Mr. Perfect, who only won any kind of championship, she's even more successful in a short period of time.
Mm-hmm. And you can't help but and
you got Bayley, who's oh god.
I used to not like Bayley's new character, but it grew on me, and she has toned it down a bit. Now she is so much fun to watch. She has her own little talk show on that they do, and is
called Ding Dong Hello,
and it is really funny.
Ever since you started doing Ding Dong Hello, that what really got me. Like, whoa, hilarious. Had a little humor, her cockiness. She started really opening up more ever since she started doing Ding Dong Hello.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of fun. But the best of the three has to be NXT. Now, NXT used to be a training ground sort of thing. People would start in there, and they still do in a lot of ways. They start there and they train because they learn a lot before they even get to the air screen. But now they're their own brand, and you don't really want to leave because the show is so good. There's storylines, sure, but there's so much ring action and there's so much good ring action that you can't help but want to watch it. I did not want to watch it for the longest time because I had the other two shows to watch, but then I started watching it. Now it's my favorite of the three.
Well, think about this. When Triple H, who created NXT, he started this whole foundation as giving the superstars the opportunity to create something new. They wanted to be that brand. They wanted the superstars to create some magic. In fact, you could say that's where the women's evolution really took off.
Oh, yeah.
What's Triple H in this NXT? In fact, the best women's division in all of professional wrestling, I'll bet you it's definitely in NXT.
And here's the thing with NXT. When you go in there, and especially if you're new to the WWE world, they teach you how to do promos. They teach you how to do any kind of camera photo work. They teach you how to interact with everybody, how to make a good entrance, how to do a good show. And this also goes toward with the commentators and that
every aspect, referee,
every aspect,
camera people, everything else.
Everything. This is their main training ground.
And all in the Performance Center, where they created back in 2013.
Yeah.
And that was historic in itself. Renovated.
Yeah, because it's even held in a university setting.
They had Full Sail. They did work with Full Sail University for a long time. Now they don't anymore because they got the performance.
Yeah, they're too big for that. But they still kept the concept of it though.
But the idea of it right now, and especially the whole set, the whole venue, what they call it, the Capital Wrestling Center, bring back the way more Worldwide Wrestling Federation, right when we're keeping that old tradition alive of the name. So even going there, and then having the darkness of an environment, the whole thing looks totally rugged and really out there, like not like WWE at all. You wouldn't think it was WWE program.
And I think that's one of the reasons why some of the stars that were on NXT, when they go up to Raw or SmackDown, they don't do as well because it's a different kind of atmosphere up there.
Some do, some don't. I know some that definitely have.
Yes, obviously. Because they're now the main talent of the show.
Like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and you got all this. I mean, by God, there's so many talent that came from NXT, and look where they're now.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
Now, overall, coming up, the WWE next pay-per-view is WrestleMania Backlash. And we know that Drew McIntyre is going to challenge Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
A rematch from WrestleMania.
Whether he'll get it or not, I don't know.
What?
It'll be interesting to see if he can get it back or not.
Part of me that wants to see it happen, but there's part of me that don't, because Bobby Lashley works much hard at Drew McIntyre in the same way. And for him to finally hold the belt after 16 years, after a long time, we don't. Like he started, Bobby Lashley debuted in 2005 and was off for a little bit after 2007 for the longest time. To finally see him get this opportunity, it's really cool.
I just realized that we match. You're in blue and black and blue, and I'm blue and it's cute. We didn't plan it, by the way.
No, but meanwhile, with all the great stuff, there's some talent right now. Also, we know that Bayley is going to be challenging Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. They had a rivalry before here.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
But I don't want Bayley to win.
No. Let the future be like we want the future show. I want to be Bianca Belair hold it for longer than WrestleMania. Yeah,
because she's so talented and she is so good.
She's good in the mic.
I mean, it's the things that she can do. I mean, and for one, and the one feature for her that I got I'm very amusing is she has one ponytail down in a braid. It's very long. It goes right down practically to the floor. And she uses it. Sometimes she uses it as a whip.
And now she did do that on Sasha Banks at WrestleMania, which, by the way, was the main event of Night 1 WrestleMania 37. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Main eventing Night 1 1-on-1 match. American woman.
I know.
Whoa. And they delivered. Big time.
They really did. It was a really, really good match. So
let's get right down. So this is our wrestling segment for today.
So, like I say, as it is, you're going to hear a lot more about the wrestling world. And the strange part is that
as we go on,
the strange thing is that this was my idea to put this into the thing, okay? Which I don't understand how that happened, but anyhow, it did. So it should be interesting. We're going to get a chance to
maybe talk about other
organizations, but mostly also I want to talk about maybe take one show a week and do a breakdown on the show, maybe
we'll
take a segment of the WWE world.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when we get to it because we go by, we'll get better.
There's a lot of different little elements to
There's so much to talk about.
Oh, no kidding. So that brings us to the second half, which I will start because you hog everything, motor mouth. Don't get me started. Ow. I can't hit you on TV.
No! Oh! Got her there. Score 1 for Robert.
Okay. Now, our second segment today is something that is on everybody's mind right now. And it's something that we're going to have to learn how to deal with. And that is, unfortunately, the pandemic and the situation and this current lockdown, especially. I'm the first one to say I am so tired of all of this. I just want life back to normal or whatever.
Tap out, tap out, tap out.
That is, I just want, out there are days I just want to curl up in a ball, cover my head, and hopefully when I wake up, it's all gone and it's all back like it never happened. Unfortunately, we aren't that lucky. And we got to deal with what we have to deal with. And that includes having to deal with not being able to get together with your friends, not being able to go and shop anywhere, not really being able to do anything too much right now except stay home. And if you do go out, distance yourself. And for goodness sakes, wear a mask or a face covering if you have to. Because whether you like it or not, that's just how it is. My dad was alive during the Spanish flu in 1918. Okay. Now he was maybe about 6-7 years old during that time, so he didn't have a lot of memories of that, but he had a few. But I did some research on that one. They went through, I believe, 4 different stages of it.
Pretty much.
And they didn't have vaccines. They didn't have the medication or anything else that we have right now. But they got through it. How? And they got rid of it. Robert, how?
Ow! No hitting!
Well, you've been pinching my thumb like that.
You couldn't tell!
I don't care, I could tell.
I don't care.
As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted by an idiot over here. They got through it because they social distanced themselves. They wore a mask or whatever form of mask they had at the time. They did the right things. And that is what got rid of it. But now we have people walking around thinking, oh, I don't want to wear a mask. It's against my freedom of rights. Oh, no, it's not. A freedom of right can only go so far. If it's going to affect everybody else's health and well-being,
you're the freedom of being selfish.
Then I'm sorry, but your rights don't count if it's going to affect everybody.
You're just being selfish, let's be honest, okay?
Very selfish.
Now, but the fact is, the one thing that we had done, we have not talked about, the common cold, the common flu, the flu.
There were no reports of a flu this year. Why? Because we were all following the distance and washing our hands and wearing a face mask.
Stuff that we were doing for the flu.
Corona. There might have been a few cases, but nothing major.
Which is the first, really.
So even for that alone, it was helpful. Now, the other thing, too, is this is a message to those people who want to go to church. And I'm specifically mentioning the ones in Elmer.
Church of God.
Okay? I like to go to church. I really, truly miss the atmosphere, the people, the whole thing. I really miss it. But here's the thing. You don't need to be in the church to be with God. A lot of churches are doing it online streaming. Now, it may not be the same thing in church, but I can tell you this. I'm able to watch my church service, and I know I'm not going to get a virus from it, and nobody else is.
And the great thing is that you can get people from, if you do it on YouTube, you can get anybody can watch it. I remember Reverend Ed, and I miss Reverend Ed. But thank you, because now moving to St. Andrew, we found out that he was in St. Andrew. We were able to watch his church, we go to their YouTube service, and watch his, and still get Reverend Ed
every Sunday.
Sunday.
Now we watch our regular church service followed by Reverend Ed in Omen Sound. Why? Because of the live streaming. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, like I said, I would love to be able to go back in church again, and I really truly miss it. But I also know that you cannot say to anybody that I can't practice my church if I can't get into church. For years, I did not go to church. It's only been the past 4 years I have actually been going to church,
I never thought I would ever go to church at all. Period.
and because of that, I always believed in God and that, but I always went by this one philosophy. If I wanted to talk to God, all I had to do was look at the trees and the nature around us, because He's everywhere, and that's how I used to do it, and I still do it that way.
But let's get out of the religious part right now.
Yes.
Went back into the coronavirus situation.
Yes.
The one thing that definitely has done for me, it got me again to explore my nature. I mean, going into the Sip Bog as much as I have, I love
I
going.
want to go in there. Yay! I'm not afraid anymore.
But in a story that I'll probably telling everyone in the story 9 segment, I got a friend needing to finally go there. And even like coming up soon, hopefully, might even get a chance to see my dad by going out the door and doing some childish things. Because what's the point of being stuck at home? We can go outdoors and have fun. And as long as it's one person, me and Ian, or me and my dad, it really doesn't matter. We'll get through it.
Yeah, because they don't see anybody else anyway, so it's like, they're in our inner circle. The other thing too is these vaccines. A lot of people are afraid to take the vaccines, and I've never been one to take the flu shot. But this year I'm taking definitely getting it. My date is May 12th. I'm going in and getting the vaccine, and I cannot wait to get it.
I don't blame her.
Now, if there's a risk to this, but there's a risk to anything. If you take Tylenol, you have a risk. I had an ear infection or a toothache one time, and a tooth infection. I had on medication. It has side effects. Everything has side effects. So there really is no difference here. And the thing is, the one major side effect is so remote that it's minimal.
One of the big side effects, the one that I talk about a lot, is blood clots. And
that's
we're
what
seeing
I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's in some of these ones. Like AstraZeneca, J&J, I think.
Yeah, they had a problem with it too, and I mean, so, like if you want to go get a vaccine. It's the right thing to do, because then it saves you, it protects you, it protects your family and your loved ones, and it protects the rest of the people around you.
I know I've been wanting to get one, and I want to get the Pfizer one myself.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get the Pfizer one too, just because to me, I think it has the best results of all of them. And but I can't wait to go and get it finally.
Yeah, jealousy.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying I'm not nervous, but I'm always nervous about needles. I don't like needles, but I'm going. So like I'm saying right now, I don't want to preach any more than I already have been.
Preaching, we're all up preaching. What?
What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to have fun, okay?
Mm-hmm. You need a haircut.
No kidding.
Oh, speaking of which, I need to hear from you. I want to cut his hair online. He doesn't want me to do it, but I really want to do it. So, I would love to hear from you. If you want me to cut his hair live on stream here, let me know, and I'll do it, whether you like it or not.
The answer will be no.
No, I want the answer to be yes.
No.
Oh, it'd be so much fun.
No.
Because it really is hilarious.
I wanted a lot of time. Oops.
That's because I didn't realize that you wanted that short, and you didn't have a problem with it when it was done. So that oops was from me, but it didn't matter because you were fine. I just wasn't prepared for it to be that short. Okay, what the hell? Mind you, there were parts. I did one hit. The first one I did, I had a different way of doing it, and that one didn't turn out so well because parts of it was a little less hair than other parts. In fact, I think I made them bald in a couple places. That didn't work out